Hi guys, it's Kyla, and for today we're going to be, I'm going to be recreating, some of my older looks back then. And this look that I'll be recreating, I did it about like 3 years ago, 2018 I believe, and it's just mind blowing to me how this journey of mine started from, that point, really. And I'm doing this, well, it's not really an original, idea, because so many, YouTubers, makeup artists, influencers, they have already done, this type of video. And I just wanted to do it because I just wanted to, inspire people out there who would want to get into makeup. And this video is just really a testimony of how you can grow, and how you can learn, how you can improve, and whether it be makeup or something else that you would want to pursue. This is just really a proof, really, that you could start from somewhere and then, just gradually, build up from there and get to where you want to be in the future. And yeah, this is just really to inspire and to just put it out there that, hey, I wasn't, I just worked on it, my skills, and it wasn't magic for me. I really had to, keep on practicing, build up my kit, and, it's way more than just, putting on the glam. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you could take something positive from it as well, just like I did. And yeah, so let's jump into the video. Okay, so guys, before we get into the tutorial, I forgot to say in my intro that I was supposed to, insert like the photo of, the look that I'm going to be recreating, and I forgot. So might as well just say it now. I may edit it maybe here or somewhere here or maybe in the middle. But to begin, we're going to prime our eyelids. Way back when I, first started in makeup, I loved the look of, carving out your brows, and I did it for myself as well. And if for example, my brows are up till here, I would carve it maybe like a bit higher than where my brows start. So maybe like halfway, a little bit. And I like that look. But looking back at it now, from, where I am right now, I don't like that. Like for me, I would do it like on some, other people, but on myself, I just don't like that look anymore. So yeah, to prime, I'm just going to get my trusty Maybelline Superstay. This is such an old foundation, but I still use it. So I'm just gonna prime, and I'm going to be speeding up now. Okay, so guys, I just decided that I would be doing, this one eye first, and I'll just do the other eye off camera. So after priming, I'll be setting my base with some powder, any powder you like. I'm using the Map Maker from Maybelline, and I'm just gonna put that on. Okay guys, so looking at the look now, there's a bit of, like a blue purple-ish shimmer going on the middle of the lid. And from there, I have like a smoky crease, but it's like warm. It's a warm crease. So I'm going to be getting my, you guys have probably seen me use this palette like loads of times, but you gotta work with what you have. So I'm just getting my Morphe 39A artistry palette, and I'm just going to dip into a transition shade. It's the first shade that I'm going to be, you know, laying on my lid, so I would want it to be blown out. Okay, so I'm going to be putting on this shade as my transition. Then I'm just gonna, you know, just lay it on first, just tap it, and then I'm just gonna really like blow it out. Just everywhere, really. Nothing precise yet, so it's just gonna really build that color. Just so that the other shades, especially the shimmer shade that we're going to be putting on, so that it will really like blend. I remember like when I made that look, I think I was still a bit reserved on how I blended my eyeshadows, because if you could see like the placement of it on my lid, you could see that it's a bit like lower than this. It's not really like blown out like near my eyebrows even. It's nowhere near that. So I didn't really, you know, use up my eyelid space because I really didn't know how yet. So, you know, all I knew was just, you know, smoking it up, you know, a little blending. And back then I thought that that was, you know, amazing already, which there's nothing wrong with that, because if I didn't, you know, get to that point, I wouldn't be able to get to this point, so, right? So for the second shade that I'm going to be putting on my lid it's going to be a little bit, you know, deeper, so that we could just create some depth to the look already. So I'm going to be dipping into this shade right here. It's a chocolate, you know, brown. So just dip into that with the same brush. I'm just going to be a little bit more careful now, but I'm just, it's nothing to be precise yet, but you can't be that messy with this color than what I did with the transition shade, because you would want to create a depth to the look, which is, you know, still crisp and clean. So just, you know, just build that color up like how you would do with the transition shade, but just a little bit more careful. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of depth to the look, I'm just gonna go back to the transition shade so that I could just blend the edges out a bit. When I did that look, I was really inspired by how Kathleen Lights would do her makeup, like her smoky eye. And she was, you know, such a big inspiration to me until now, because she was one of the YouTubers that I binge watched so that I could get an idea of how to do makeup, and, you know, just really the process of, you know, putting on your eyeshadow, putting on your base, your foundation, to, you know, contour. She was really like one of the YouTubers that I really got my, you know, style from, because I really watched loads of her like OG like makeup tutorials, and that's where I got the technique of, you know, placing like an brown. It's either, if you want a more dramatic look, you would opt for like a black eyeliner, and you would like really like put it on, not like all over your lid, but just like up to here, just half. And so when you put the metallic shade, which in my case back then was like the bluish purple-ish metallic shade that I believe I got from the Sleek palette. I don't remember what Sleek palette, but yeah. And when you do that, when you put like a creamy base below your metallic eyeshadow, it would really accentuate like the shimmer. Like, it would really make it more even pigmented. That's just it, to make it more pigmented. So I could still do that now. Normally I don't really do that technique anymore, but it's still really effective. So yeah, I might as well just do it. Okay guys, so since I don't have like a brown, eyeliner, I only have like a black one. And this is from Maybelline. This is from Maybelline again. It's their Color Show co-liner in black. So I'll just put that on. And you wouldn't want to be, of course you wouldn't want to be messy with this, because you would still blend this out before you put like the metallic shade on it. So you just really need to be, precise now, because if not, the black will, get all over your crease and it won't be that clean anymore and blended. So now that that's, placed there, I am now going to blend it with the second shade that I've put on, the deeper one, the chocolate brown. And I'm going to be blending it right over there with another brush. So I won't be using the brush that I used before. When you use a technique like this, when you lay down a creamier base before putting your shadows, it's more of a tedious process, I think, because you would really need to buff out that black or whatever color of liner you have. You would really need to buff it out so that, it's seamless. Because if not, you would see like that, that line that you've made. So you really need to buff it out and be patient with it. Then I'm just going to be blending that all out with the transition shade. Now that that is blended, the black has now, faded because we've been, buffing it. So we need to reapply just a bit, and so that when we apply the metallic shade over it, it would still be as sticky, and it would still, adhere to the shadow that we'll be putting on. So don't exceed with the blend that you already did. Don't exceed that, because then you would need to blend it all over again. Okay guys, so it didn't go according to my plan, which really shows how all over the place I am. But well, at the beginning of the video I said that I decided that I would do my other eye, just that, and I would just do my eye off camera, which I kinda did. But I didn't realize when I was putting on, the metallic shade, and from there on, I wasn't recording anymore. I just didn't notice. I was just so into, just blending it all in that I didn't really, notice. So here I am just gonna be demonstrating that on the other eye instead. Okay, so for the lid shade, the metallic shade, I'm going to be dipping into this shade over here. It's kind of bit like the shade that I used in my sleek palette when I did that look. So yeah, it's similar, so I'm just gonna be, you know, putting that on. As I've said, I'm not really exceeding, you know, that blend that I did over there already. And then I'm going to blend it with the chocolate deeper shade that I put on earlier. And I'm just really gonna... Then I'm going to be dipping into the transition shade that I've put on. And I'm just, you know, blending it some more in the upper region of my lid. Okay, so instead of dipping back into the chocolate shade that we've, you know, initially blended the metallic shade and the black eyeliner with, I'm going to be, you know, changing it up and using this cranberry-ish shade, which is as deep as this one, but it has a different tone to it, so it's a bit more on the reddish side, maroonish-ish. So I'm just going to be dipping into that, and I'm going to be building that, slowly incorporating that to the look, so that, because this shade, it complements more, you know, the blue hues, the violet, you know, tones in the shimmer. So I think it would look, you know, a bit more better with this, instead of, you know, just building the brown shade all over again. So just blending it some more, and that's going to be it for the eyes. Okay, so guys, I've just wiped out, you know, the excess, you know, like the fallout from the shadows. So I just wiped it, and I just reapplied my moisturizer, and I just put on some lip balm. So for foundation, we are going to be using the same as foundation, and this is the Maybelline, which I already, you know, mentioned, not only in this video, but, you know, like way videos back. So I'm just going to be applying that, and, you know, I'm just going to be speeding this up as we go along. Okay guys, so for concealer, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. And so far, this concealer is actually good. Like, I actually like it. I will say though, you need to work with it, you know, really quick, because it does, you know, dry down really like fast. So, and it's a bit matte too, but not like super matte, but it's not dewy either, so. And now that that's done, I'm just going to be setting it all in with the same powder, the Maybelline one that I've used for my eyelids. So I'm just going to be combining these two shades as my bronzer. And then I'm just going to be not really contouring, because I don't really contour my nose, but just to warm it up, because so that it's a bit more cohesive with my base. So I'm just going to be lightly just dusting the excess or what's ready there in the brush. I'm not like dipping it back, so I'm just really just bronzing my nose basically. So just to give more color and warmth, just to a bit blend the sides of it as well with the shadows. Time for blush. So for blush, I'm just using the Collection blush. It's a soft glow, I think, and it's in Bashful. For highlight, I'm just getting my other overused palette and I'm just going to be combining just these two shades for my highlight. We're now on to the brows, and I don't really do my brows like I used to, like back when I did that look, and I just really love to like do my brows and then carve it, even if I had some hairs over here. It wasn't really I didn't really pluck or shave my brows that much, and yet I still did like the full-on carving of the brows shebang. And now these past few years I don't really do that anymore. So what I do for my brows is I just put on a clear gel, and what I'm using is the Collection Color Lash. I don't want to like show it up front because it's like so dirty and I need to buy like a new one. But basically this is just like a mascara that's clear, and for my brows I don't really need to have like a brow gel that has like a color or like a tint, because I think it's full enough. So yeah, I just put on some clear brow gel to like make it a bit more fluffy and just like up there. So yeah, that's all I do for my brows. I just really love this, this kind of look on the brows, like the fluffy, like it's just so bushy and just so editorial look. And now we are coming back into the eyes just to finish it up by putting some, we're just gonna be putting on the same shadows that we've put here. We're just gonna be just connecting it to the lower lash line just to make it more put together. because I'm too lazy to put on some falsies, I'm just going to put on some mascara. And to do that, I'm just gonna be curling my eyelashes first. For mascara, I'm using, I know what you're thinking, but I'm not sponsored by Maybelline. I just happen to love Maybelline products, not only because they're affordable, but you know, they're more than decent, you know. So this is the Maybelline Last Sensational Full Fan Effect one. This is a different edition. This is not like their original Last Sensational. So yeah, I think it's the Full Fan Effect edition. And for the lips, I'm just going to be putting on my favorite nude lipstick, and it's from, surprise, Maybelline. And I have been using this lipstick since I began to put on makeup. It's like, it's been years and I've gone through so many of these. I think this is like my third or fourth. And yeah, it's just really creamy and the color is just, it's just really good. So that's why I've been using it until now. But don't worry, I'll get some new shades when I get to it. Okay, so guys, this is the finished look. As you can see, it's such an improvement from, you know, the first time that I even, you know, attempted to do a look like this. It's such a improvement and it's just really surreal. Even now that I'm doing this video, I didn't really, I knew that I would, you know, like improve and all, but it's just really surreal to see your progress, like literally like right before your eyes. Like, it's that surreal. But yeah, so I'll just be, you know, posting the picture of my first attempt and just be the judge. And because for me, I think it's looking at myself now, it's really been such a improvement from that picture. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if I already said that in my intro. Sorry for repeating it, but stay tuned for more videos like this. I'm planning to do even more, like maybe 2 more recreation of my past looks, if you're up for it. But that's my plan, so just stay tuned for more looks, videos, and, you know, rants from me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It really means a lot, even if it's, you know, even if it's just like a mediocre video like this. Who knows? But yeah, stay tuned for more, guys. See ya.